Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. And welcome to this author spotlight video. I really hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry about the setup, but my Christmas tree is on where I normally put my camera to, or my laptop to film. So I've actually got you sitting on my windowsill at the moment. I think it's a bit too high, and you're not kind of. I've got like all my Christmas decorations up. I will find a way to rejig filming area before the weekend, but I'm just going to work with this just now. So I'm here today to tell you about one of my most favourite authors, and that's Rachael Bloome. She has a wonderful series called Poppy Creek series. I remember I think the first book on Audible. I was like looking for an audiobook, and I saw this and I thought, I'll listen to it. It sounds really good. And I've listened to every single book of the Poppy Creek series, apart from the final one. I've listened to all of them on Audible, and as audiobooks, and they have been superb. The narrator just does such a great job. So I thought I would tell you a bit about the books, so that if you want to go and get them, you can read them physically, you can read them digitally. As I say, they're also available as audiobooks. So the first book is called The Claus in Christmas. So I thought it was very apt for December. So we meet Cassie Howard, and Cassie's down in her luck, like no job, going to be losing her home, etc. soon. But she inherits a cottage in Poppy Creek. And her thought was great, fine, get in, get it ready to sell, and ship out, basically. But there is a clause in the will. And the clause is she must complete these Christmas tasks throughout December in order to basically get the house. And the more she gets involved with the community, the more she meets people within the community, and the more time she spends with Luke, who is the lawyer that has to oversee her doing these activities, the more she sees that maybe Poppy Creek is not a bad place to live. Maybe she could make friends here, have a life here. And it is such a lovely book, a great book for Christmas, I have to say. It's just, it was a Christmas one, this Christmas one that set me off on this journey. And I really hope that you will sort of start on this one as well. Great time to start the series because it's Christmas book. The next one is The Truth in Tiramisu. Now, in this, we meet Eliza Carter, and she is a baker, and she becomes really friendly with Cassie from the first book. And Eliza's bakery is not doing that well. And also she has a son, and he is struggling at school. But things could change dramatically because her high school sweetheart comes back into town, and Grant Parker, who is the high school sweetheart, cannot forget Eliza. And various things happened at the end of their high school time when they were together. And you get this story. You also get Grant actually trying to help Eliza, and there are various things that happen in this. I'm not want to give too much away. I loved it. I really did like it. I liked the fact that we also get information about characters you met in the first book. So this is the great thing about the series, is it's a bit like Debbie Maycomer's Cedar Cove, in that you are getting snippets of characters you met before. You're getting snippets of their lives, and that is just superb, and I loved it. So this is the second book. I bought it for Mum. She hasn't read it yet, but my plan is I've only got 2 of these in like paperback copy. I want to get the whole series that I've got them because they're just so good. And the great thing is, at the end, you have the end of this one, you actually have a recipe for tiramisu, so that is fantastic. So the next book is The Secret in Sandcastles, and we meet Penny, and Penny plays her life very safe. She is very ordered, very organised, and doesn't really like things to be kind of out of whack, as it were. But she's asked to help the town to revamp its guidebook, and she agrees. But the only thing is, she's got to work with Colt Davis, and he is like her nemesis from the past. And Colt is very much a spur of the moment, go with the flow, fly by the seat of your pants guy. So the two of them kind of rub each other up the wrong way. But it's, can they work together for the good of the community? And in doing so, what does that do to them as people? Do they realise that they're good together, that they actually mesh well, and that maybe Penny realises Colt is not the guy he was in high school. He's not her nemesis. He's actually a really nice guy, and that he's actually very good for her. And Colt, maybe does he realise that being maybe quite so spontaneous at times is not a good thing, and that, you know, being with Penny, shall we say, slightly calms him down. So it's, can the two of them have a relationship? And it was really, really nice. It was a lovely, lovely story, and I think things get discovered about Penny's life that she maybe had forgotten. So again, there was that bit to it. Book 4 is The Meaning in Mistletoe. So Kat will do anything she can to save the women's shelter she works at, but it means that she's going to have to reach out to someone from her past, and she's not sure she wants to do that. She's not sure that that's a good idea. But she comes to Poppy Creek anyway and tries to surreptitiously meet this person. But it doesn't work out that way, and they end up discovering something about themselves, and about Kat. And it was just that was just really poignant. It was really sweet. It was well written, and I really liked that. The other thing that happens is that Kat walks into Jack's diner, and Jack is happy. He doesn't need anybody until she walks in the door. And it's like, whoa. And it's like, it wasn't for her instant connection. For him, it was like, whoa. And he wants to help her. And he's like, and will she let him? Will she not? Will they be able to form a partnership, a relationship, with all that's going on with this other person that she's from her past? So there is all this tangled together, and can Jack actually help Kat and this other person in many ways as well? It was really, really nicely written, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I probably shed some tears at this one. I think it's been a while since I've read them, but I'm sure I kind of maybe shed a few tears. The 5th book is called The Faith in Flowers. And Olivia has come back to town to help plan her brother's wedding. Now, she is bringing back a secret with her, and that she doesn't want to reveal that secret until after the wedding because she doesn't want to spoil things. But she also has to work with her high school sweetheart, Reed, who runs the local flower shop or flower farm. And of course, she has to work with him to organise the flowers for the wedding, etc. Olivia is quite uptight, I would say, and Reed is not quite. He's like a bit more, casual, but a very good businessman, knows what he's doing, knows what he wants. And as they spend time together, it's like, can they reconnect what they had in high school, or is that gone? Or if they do reconnect, can they shall we say, have it as an adult relationship and friendship? Is that what they want? And what happens when Olivia reveals her secret? What's that going to do? So, you had that angst and that build up, and I really liked Reed. He was lovely. He went out of his way to do things for Olivia to remind her of how good a time they had in the past, and to help her in many ways reconnect with Poppy Creek, which I thought was really, really lovely. I also liked, as I say again, you're getting more backstory of various characters that you've met before that have maybe not been male, like front and center characters, but they're in the background, but slightly more forward than background, if that makes sense. So really good. Book 6 is The Whisper in the Wind, and this one I found quite hard. Lucy is ready to be in one place. She is a videographer, and she's ready to maybe settle down in one place. And when her brother asks her to come and document all the fall festivities that happen in Poppy Creek, she says yes, she's more than happy to come home. But she is hiding something, and she is ignoring something that's going on in her life, a health issue. And I found that quite hard to deal with. I could understand it was scary. I know somebody at the moment who's going through, a couple of people are going through health issues at the moment. And one of them is very, very scary. And this one I found very hard to read. I read it a while ago, but I still found it very hard to read. Lucy's really happy, and loves doing all the video stuff. But Vic is a loner and is happy to be in the fringes of the town, but he becomes involved in helping Lucy with all the documentaries, and the two of them have things that, Vic has things in his past that he needs to sort and figure out. Lucy obviously has to deal with her health problems. But can the two of them help each other to face the things they need to face? That part of it was beautifully written. It was so well thought out. It was, how can I put it? What are the words I'm looking for? It was poignant, and it was crafted really, really well. The plot, the plot was well written that incorporated all of this, that you got their angst, you got their anxiety, but you also got the joy of when they were together and what they were doing, and the comradeship and the support, the huge support that they gave to each other. It was really, really well done. So if you have someone at the moment that's going through health issues, maybe hold off reading The Whisper in the Wind until things have resolved. Or maybe it might help you help that person. I don't know, but just know that there is that issue there. The next book, book 7, is The Hope in Hot Chocolate, and I really, really enjoyed this one. So Sadie runs the local sweet shop or candy store. It's struggling, and she's having to try and come up with ways that are maybe going to help boost sales. But right next door to her, Landon, a new guy in town, is opening up an anti-sugar restaurant, okay? And this is just going to, it's probably going to impact on Sadie's business. And it's just like, oh my goodness. Landon is anti-sugar. Landon is like, you can't eat sweet stuff, blah, blah, blah. And there is a reason for that. And we find the reason out later on in the book. But he is hugely, how can I put this? He stands by his beliefs, okay, that sugar is bad, all sugar is bad, and that no one should be eating sugar, and he's on this crusade, basically. But things happen that he and Sadie have to sort of work together at like the Christmas kind of market thing. And it's like, can they work together? Can they find a way to fuse both ideologies, as it were. And how is that going to work? And once Sadie realizes why Landon is anti-sugar, she gets it, and she does do her best to help, and it is so sweet. It is lovely. I really enjoyed it. It was, a fun read for me. I'm not anti-sugar. I am not anti-sugar at all, but I am reduced sugar. As a lot of you know, my mum is a type 2 diabetic, and from the day that she was diagnosed, we have cut sugar down dramatically. We use sugar alternatives, and that's the way we do it. So I do try and sort of bake. All my baked goods are reduced sugar, so I could really relate to Landon in some ways. I could relate to Sadie as well, and I just really enjoyed it. The final book in the series, so book 8, is The Promise and Poppies. Again, beautiful cover. It is really gorgeous. Now, this book ties up a lot of loose ends. So Cassie's mother decides she's coming to town, and Donna has had an alcohol problem. She, for all of Cassie's life, or majority of Cassie's life, but she's now clean and sober, and she is working her way through various things on the STEP program, etc. And she comes to town because she knows she needs to make amends, and she wants to rebuild her life. And maybe excuse me, and maybe Poppy Creek is a place to do it. Meanwhile, her daughter Cassie is struggling with something she's just found out, and she's not sure that this is a good thing in her life, and she really is kind of struggling with it. But she's also having to try and save the town library because a developer wants to come in, knock it down, and build houses. And then, of course, she's also got her mom coming back and everything to do with that. So you have all of that going on. Then we have Rhett, who has made mistakes in his past because of certain issues, and he wants to make amends with his son, who also lives in Poppy Creek. And it's, can he do this? But also, he and Donna realize that they're both fighting demons, and that they both need AA and AA meetings for different reasons, but they both need them. And they start up their own small AA meeting, just the two of them. But could this be something that other people within the community need? And if so, can they work it that they can expand and various things like that? It was really well written. It was so good. All the issues were handled so sensitively, and you felt for every person within this story, because, as I said, there were loose ends being tied up within the whole series. And I know at the moment Book 8 is supposed to be the last one. It has been left wide enough open that Rachael can come back and pick up various other characters that were maybe, younger characters that maybe can come to the forefront now. So a fantastic series, and I would so highly recommend it. I really enjoyed it. Rachael has also written 2 other books that I have not yet read. There is Blessings on State Street. I think I've read the novella of this, but she's expanded it out, and I haven't read the full version yet, and I would like to. So I don't want to say very much about it, because I think I don't know how much change has happened. So once I actually read it, I will review it at some point. She has also read New York, New Year, New You. Again, I haven't read that one. I hope to get to both of these books in the new year at some point. I'm not saying yes, I'm going to read them right off. I haven't actually got physical copies of them yet. I will be doing so at some point within 2024 and reading them. But yeah, so that's it for this author spotlight. I really hope you've enjoyed it, friends, and that has made you want to go and read some Rachael Bloome books. Can you read them? No, folk are going to shout to me, Fiona, can I read these out of order? I would say no. I think you need to read the whole of Poppy Creek in order, because, as I say, you're getting snippets of other character stories throughout the whole books. So no, you have to read these in orders, friends. I can hear Sarah, the bookish knitter, going no, and I can hear Storm from Storm Reads going yes. So yeah. So it's up to you. You can decide. I mean, if you don't want to, if there's one that really, really appeals to you and you think, I want to try it, I would say go ahead, try it. And then you can decide whether you're going to go back to the beginning and start or wherever. But no, I love this series so much, and I hope you guys will as well. But until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading. Bye.